Let's face it, a lot of us grew up hearing the same advice. Follow your passion, do what you love, and the rest will fall into place. Sounds great, right? But here's the reality. This approach can often be a trap. How can I be happy doing something I hate, you might ask? You want to race cars, start a fashion empire, or maybe even break into Hollywood. The idea of turning your passion into a paycheck is undeniably alluring. But the truth is, not everyone gets the luxury of doing exactly what they love. But here's the twist. Happiness isn't always about doing what you love. It's about something deeper. If you can align your work with a greater sense of autonomy, freedom, and control over your own life, then you're on the right track. It's easy to assume that happiness comes from being free to do whatever we want. After all, when people talk about success, they often mention things like money, fame, and admiration. But if you break it down, what these things actually provide is something more important: control. The ability to make decisions that affect your future, the power to choose your direction, and ultimately, the freedom to live life on your own terms. This is what brings true happiness. I remember a moment when I realized that I didn't need a job to survive for a year. That was one of the happiest moments of my life, not because I had a big bank balance, but because I felt in control. Autonomy, in its purest form, was in my grasp. And the more we have control over our choices, the happier we are. Here's something to consider. Research supports the idea that autonomy is one of the biggest factors in our happiness. Not money, not respect, and certainly not fame. Autonomy. Studies show that when we have the ability to make decisions, to shape our own lives, and to create opportunities that align with our values, we're not just happier, we're healthier, too. The science is clear. Control over your own life isn't just a luxury, it's a fundamental human need. According to psychological studies, autonomy contributes to a large portion of our happiness, up to 40%. It's one of the 3 pillars of happiness, alongside family and fitness. When we feel in control, everything else falls into place, from how we handle stress to how we interact with others. But when we lose that control, whether it's through a job we hate or a life situation we can't change, our happiness drops. And the crazy part? Even billionaires, those people we imagine have everything, can be unhappy if they lose autonomy. Imagine the stress of dealing with lawsuits, family issues, or divorce while trying to maintain your fortune. Autonomy isn't just about money. It's about having the space to make the decisions that matter. This doesn't mean that money and success are irrelevant. Far from it. But when we chase money alone, without considering how it can help us gain autonomy, we might end up feeling emptier than we thought. For example, if your job is a soul-sucking grind that leaves you drained but you can't walk away because of bills or responsibilities, that's the opposite of autonomy. So, how do you tap into this happiness? Start by embracing the idea that you don't need to be in love with every part of your work to feel fulfilled. Even the most fulfilling jobs offer autonomy, even if they aren't glamorous. Think of people who are truly happy in their roles. School, principals, chefs, or even loan officers. They might not be living their dream job, but they feel empowered by the choices they make every day. And if you can't find the perfect job that offers both fulfillment and freedom, then maybe it's time to consider entrepreneurship. You don't have to love every step of the process to find joy in the outcome. It's about creating your own path, carving out the freedom to decide your next move. The secret to happiness? It's not about chasing passion. It's about finding freedom, control, and growth in whatever you do. Whether you're working for someone else or building something of your own, the goal should be the same: to own your choices and live life on your terms. That's where true happiness lies.